It's me again, Lord, with a prayer that needs an answer. It's me again, Lord, with the problem that I can't solve. I don't mean to worry you, but here I am with something new. I need help that comes from you. It's me again, Lord. Now I know a whole lot of y'all are telling the Lord the same thing. Might not be in the song, but you're saying it's me, Jesus. Now some things just don't make no sense. When somebody's so nosy about you, but they won't ask you no questions. That you should have a problem with. Now, as you already know, I write stories. But there are so many people. I have some neighbors that's like that too. Right here where I live. They are so nosy. It bothers them, and I don't know why. Say, can you help me out? Can you tell me why I bother them in doing my own stuff? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And put some more question marks and question marks. I have a neighbor. She is the nosiest neighbor when it concerns me, but she will not ask me a question. She's been over to the building a lot of times in someone else's apartment. I guess asking about me or trying to hear what I was saying or for what, I don't know. But she won't ask me. You ever see those people, they want to know so much about you, but they don't want you to answer. So they try to go behind the door and get the answer. They want to know what I'm writing, what about I'm writing, as if they're looking for something. I don't know what they're looking for, but my thing is, if you are that nosy, would not it be simpler for you to just ask me? You don't have to go and have coffee with anyone to say, oh, she has a lot of writings and she's doing this. Tell them to come to me. I think I'm approachable. The thing is, what I think is these pirates like to look for stuff. I don't know what they're looking for because I ain't got nothing free for them. But Jesus, silver and gold have I not. But get up and take your bed and walk. That's all I got is Jesus for. But these people are so nosy, they want to know about me. And they do this a lot. Now, I keep telling people I'm not a psychological experiment. And this is not a joke to me. I am very adamant about telling people that I am not a psychological experiment. Because here, I don't think they do it so much in the States, but here in Germany, they try to get away with it by studying you inside of a house. And with you not knowing it, show me a piece of paper that I've signed to allow you to do that, to give you permission to do it. Just show it to me. Don't have to be behind my back. Show it to me. Let's take it to the court and see if it's real. I don't have a problem with it. Show it to me. Because you don't have permission. I just want to tell people, anyone that's trying to do stuff behind your back, first of all, they're not your friend. They're not your friend. You can believe that. Friends don't look behind people's backs. They may be an associate, but a long-handled stick associate, meaning that whenever you see them, you say hi. show the person any type of paper, or show me any type of paper that I have allowed you or given you permission to do stuff behind my back. Now, come on. If I'm on YouTube saying this, obviously I haven't. There's no one. Never believe that someone is so inspired by you and so in awe or in adoration of you that they have to do it behind your back. That is the most sneakiest mental illness that I have ever seen. It is a mental illness. It is a mental illness. If a doctor needs to watch you behind your back, or so-called doctor, so-called psychiatrist, so-called a therapist, so-called person, so-called stock, whatever they're so-called, they have a mental illness. It is a mental illness that you do not play with. It is nothing to be laughed at, but it's nothing to be played with. That person is a sick person. And because of their mental illness, these are the type of people that think that you are talking to them through a door, a window, a wall, a ceiling, a floor, and I just named 5 things. I named 5 things. This is a mental illness. If you say something, they say they're talking to me. Witchcraft is a mental illness. I don't know if people know about that. But it's a mental illness because it's a fake world. And what they have told God is that there is no God, that they are a God, and they can make things happen. It's a mental illness. Anyone, and I do not say this lightly, anyone going through anything like this, you don't only need people to help you to pray, but you need to go to someone in faith and say, look, this has been going on, and I don't know what's going on with these people. This is also a part of gaslighting. Anyone that has to do something behind your back, believe you me, anyone that has to do anything behind your back, and you say, well, I don't know if they're doing it behind your back. I've went to work and people have said the same thing that I've said at home. So, and I've changed jobs and they do it again. So you say, well, how do you know? Just certain things that people say. They'll do it and say, because someone has been talking to them, and they'll start saying certain things that you say that you don't normally hear people say in conversations. So that's one way. They know whatever you have said. If it bothers you, they'll keep trying to do it. Not because that you have shown them that, because they don't even know it. Or they come out in the hallway at your job or different places and talk about you. Talk about you openly as if you weren't there, but they've already heard what you said inside your apartment or in your car or anywhere else. Because people talk to people. You're not crazy. Believe me. You're not crazy. You know what's going on. You know exactly what's going on when people are doing that. They want you to react. It's a psychological action for you to say, They're listening to me. They, what are they doing? Be very, 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 very adamant when you say something. And just look at them and say, you must be in my bedroom. And see how they react. I wonder who you talking to. And see how they react. They like to do this kind of stuff because it is a form of gaslighting that makes a person thinks, because sometimes these people have projects that they do. A lot here in Germany. A lot. Projects that they do, and they like to present you as a project. No joke. Behind your back without you knowing it. The light bulb is on. Some of y'all going through the same stuff. Some of y'all have gone through the same stuff. Some of y'all get ready to go through the same stuff because they find people where they can do this kind of stuff too. Are my eyes wide open? I think so. This is what they do. They laugh at you. They talk about you. All behind your back as a project. And you say, oh, that sounds a little bit like stalking. It is. It's a psychological stalk. It's called, it's supposed to be observation. But observation is only supposed to be done in your presence. So, if observation is only supposed to be done in your presence with your permission, then it's called stalking. Stalking goes behind your back. And they do projects where they write and see. If you would look up history, I mean, you don't have to even study it, just read about history over in Europe, and you'll find that a whole lot of different things have happened where the scientists did a whole lot of different things before the war, during the war, after the war they had no chance. Say, before the war, during the war, and after the war, they had no chance. Do not take these things lightly. As I speak, I know a lot of people have been going through this kind of thing and did not know why. You're being presented in a way that you don't know. Most likely, if someone comes to you and asks you, can I present you as a psychological or psychiatric study? You will say no. So this is why they do it behind your back. Do not take these things lightly. You are not you're not hearing things or seeing things in a different type of way. This is what people do. They are the ones that have the mental illness, not you. A lot of times people say, oh, you know what, blah, blah, this, and I heard this, and people was doing this, and people were doing that. Why would they do that? Blah. And so you start questioning why. There's no need for you to question why. They either use you as a psychological study, a psychiatric study, and they're doing projects to present you without you knowing it. Tip. Be not dismayed, for God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reapeth. So, whether it be themselves when they get older, their children, or someone else in their family, they're going to reap it. But before they reap it, you need to know by law what you can do. And yes, you can. If you feel that someone is gaslighting you in your apartment building, you can call the Polizei or the police. Have names for them. Let them know what they are doing. Make it a habit to write down different things, because they like a diary type book of what has bin going on. The police report. For your police report. They're like a diary type book. If you can take pictures, then take pictures and keep them. Hold on to them so when you present your report, you have pictures and you have the times and the dates that these things have happened. If they are making like lots of noises and different things like that, please make sure that you record those noises, because it is not a sudden noise. It is an ongoing, regelmäßig, we say. It is an ongoing thing that they do in a ritual. It is nothing that is done one time and they stop it. They keep doing it. They keep doing it. And they keep doing it. Because they're looking for you to break. They're looking for you they're looking to present you as as some type of patient, which you know not of. What doctor has a patient that the patient doesn't talk to the doctor? If you've never been to therapy, if you've never been to psychiatric therapy, if you've never been to psychological therapy, what patient do they have? They may just be putting down your name. You don't know. This is real. This is real. This is real. Real. People that are studying these different type of mindsets do not study the mindsets in the institution most of the time. They do it in home settings, in buildings where they can use people without them knowing it. They will take anything that they think that would either hinder or bother you. They set up recordings, they set up mics to play them back. If you're working, they go to your job and try to find out different things about you. They speak with someone, even though it may be a lie, they're telling about you. And what they do is get information at what you're doing at your job. And it is a cycle. That's a cycle that they keep up. Well, you don't know because blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. They go and they lie. What psychiatrist or psychologist or therapist would go to your job and tell them about you? Is that a normal? That's not a normal. They have to sign an oath most of the time if they are a real one. If they're trying to be, then they won't be able to receive their license, because this is an unnecessary act of what people do. Now, I say because I live in the European sector that these things were going on before, which they still are. Which in year 2024, the 21st century, it still is going on. There are so many things that I can get into about this, and it is not for you to be suspicious about people. That's not what it's about. Suspicious about everyone and, that's only happening in the European sector. No, it may be happening where you are, whether you be in the States, whether you be in Asia, wherever. But these type of people like to get into groups, and they like to do this type of, it's some type of gaslighting, a psychological gaslighting for so they can study and present you without you knowing it. Remember, you never signed up for an experience to be an experiment. Tell someone. Whether the people believe you or not, tell them. Write down the different things that keep happening. Keep a report, as in diary. That means that you put the date, the full date, the full date, meaning the day of the week, the date, if it happened on 1st of June, and put down the year, and put down what has happened and the time. Because what they do is like to record different things, and whomever they claim to have given it to, they like to record. So record means to repeat. It's a recorded so it can be repeated. Whatever conversation that they have had, in order just so they can hear. You don't know how many people may be involved. It is not for you to be suspicious. It is not for you to be scared. But it's to inform you that these things are still happening. These things are still happening. You're not sick-minded. They are. Always keep in prayer. And I ask the Lord that He will show you and grant you grace. And He has already given you mercy. That He will show you what's going on. Not in my house, but in yours. Bye-bye.